Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, whatever it is for you. So, I have this ThinkPad here, this T470s, that I had been trying to remove the supervisor password from for quite a while. Now, I had been following the well-renowned Badcaps method when it came to this, which is in reference to the Badcaps forum, where it originated, and trying to use their Lenovo Autopatcher. I forget the username of the man who posted it, so just forgive me on that. But I ran into some problems trying to do that. See, when I tried to do the Badcaps method with this, and then I flashed the patched BIOS, my ThinkPad booted up, but it wouldn't post, and it would give me this musical tone, which contained an error code from Lenovo's Smart Beep technology, which ranged from either being 0001 or something relating to the TPM or TCP or something regarding one of those chips. And from there, I could only flash back the original BIOS, which still had the supervisor password on it, and I couldn't do anything. So I was stuck at a bit of a crossroads for a little bit, until I found the solution. I just did this by some searching on the Badcaps forum. It was mentioned offhand in a comment, which I thought should be presented more severely, because if you were under the same circumstances that I was trying to do this, which you very well may be, you may brick your laptop. Now, if you have already bricked your laptop from doing this, it is recoverable. But you need to know what is going on. So, I'll say it very explicitly right now. If your BIOS on your laptop or on your ThinkPad is updated to the latest version as of 2026, as of April 6th, 2026, and you try and use the Badcaps method, you will likely brick your laptop, or it just will not work. What you will have to do is you will have to search for a previous BIOS version for your BIOS chip, at least before, I would say comfortably, before 2022. You're going to have to use that to patch and then flash back on to your ThinkPad. Only that seems to work. If you try and do anything new, or do a new BIOS, you have a very, very high likelihood of at least temporarily bricking your laptop. So what this video is going to act as a sort of updated guide and tutorial on how to do that if you're a Windows user. Now, there are ways to do this on Linux, and some people have very strong opinions that you should only do this on Linux, but for the most part, you will be fine doing this on Windows. It's not that severe. Windows may not be the best operating system, but if you have no choice, you will be fine. What you're going to need is a CH341A programmer. I have this black one, and you can buy this off Amazon for relatively cheap. I got this for, I believe, $13. Second thing you're going to need are some drivers if you're on Windows like I am. I'll link these in the description. If I haven't linked them, please leave a comment, and I will get those to you, and I will add them to the description. And you will need the program NeoProgrammer. This is what we're going to actually be using to read and flash to the BIOS. And last but not least, you will need your BIOS files for your specific BIOS chip, at least I would say, again, comfortably before 2022. You can find these on the Badcaps forum if you do enough searching. I'll try and give you some general parameters on how to find those later, and I will include the BIOS files that I'm using for my specific laptop in case you have the exact same configuration as me. So, the first thing that you're going to want to do is open up your ThinkPad. Now, I've already gone through the liberty of doing that, because I've been working on this all day, quite frankly. And, well, also before this, I'd like to just address one thing that I'll get to later. So with this CH341A program, if you've done your research, you may have heard that this runs at 5 volts, and this can damage your 3.3 volt BIOS chip. I'm going to expand on this later. But the general quick answer, if you just want a quick, will I be okay using this, not modded to run at 3.3 volts, can I just use this as is? The quick and easy answer is yes, you will be fine, most likely. I think you take a very, very minute risk either way, but you should be generally fine. And we'll get into the reasoning for that later. So, for my T470s, when I unscrewed this back panel, is something to worth, this may be the same for you, is that the screws, while designed to come loose, they are not designed to just completely fall out all the way. So if your screws on your back panel don't fall out all the way, don't worry about it. Just don't try and force them out, just set them aside. So once you've got the back panel off, the second thing that you're going to want to do is remove all your batteries. So for me on my T470s, I have a top battery, and I have a bottom battery, and I have a CMOS battery. So I've already removed my top battery and bottom battery and my CMOS battery. You can remove the CMOS battery as well, or you have to. There are some screws holding these batteries in place. As for the CMOS, it is just a simple little thing you can detach from in there. What I like to do is just use my fingernail on the tip of this and something like a little paperclip or plier or tweezer or something like tweezers would work best for this, and just sort of wedge it out. Once you have all power sources removed, the next step is to identify where your BIOS chip is. Now you can generally do this by looking this up, but for the T470s, it is right here under my SSD. Now for you, something worth noting as well, and this was the case for me. Note these black pieces of foil all around the motherboard. These are sticky, and you can pull these off. I have not found anything to indicate that these are crucial to the function of the motherboard. So I believe your BIOS chip may be hidden under one of these, so I believe removing these should be fine. I would try and keep them intact because it would be best to apply them later. It's just good practice to try and leave everything the way it is on a motherboard. But you should be okay if it is destroyed in the process of taking it off. Just be careful not to destroy anything under it. So for me, my BIOS chip was hidden under this strip of plastic under my SSD, so I removed that, and unfortunately I did destroy that plastic in the process of removing it, so I've not been able to reapply it. So once you have found your BIOS chip, it's going to be, and I've seen this on some other laptops as well, but at least for the T470s specifically, I can say with certainty, it's going to be marked with U49 somewhere around that chip. So if you see U49 and it looks like a chip that's a small square and it has 8 pins, 4 on each side, then you've probably found your BIOS chip. And if it's a WinBond chip, that is something that is almost 100% guarantor of that. So once you have found your BIOS chip, what you're going to do is turn it this way, and you're going to look for a little dot imprint on the chip. This is going to indicate where pin 1 is on that chip. Take note of that. And then the second thing you're going to do is actually get the name of the chip itself. Now you can use a magnifying glass, or you can use your phone or a flashlight or something to help you read this. Luckily for me, I have good eyes for the moment, so I've been able to note this already in a notepad. So I have a WinBond 25Q 128 JVS Q 1905. Again, note yours and keep this. You're going to need this for later. So, once you've noted that, what you're going to want to do is get your CH341A programmer. Now, I'm just going to show you how to assemble this real quick because it's pretty easy. So, when you get it, you're going to have, at least fundamentally, these 3 pieces. You're going to have the chip itself, you're going to have the clamp with this black thing attached at the end, and then you're going to have this small chip here. The top of this, which looks like this, is going to have, I believe, 8 little prongs that will insert into the bottom of this plastic part of the clamp. And the bottom looks like this. So just insert it like that, and make sure to line up the red wire on this to where it says 1 on top on this small little chip here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over. I'm doing BIOS, not EEPROM, so I'm going to use this side of the chip. And then for me, pin 1 is located on the top rightmost pin of the chip. So I'm going to lift up the clamp here, insert this, hold this down gently, not very forcefully, and we're going to push the clamp down on there. So now the program is ready to go. So we're going to insert this into our laptop, or whatever it is that you're using to write. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for where pin 1 is. So pin 1 is going to be the one directly under that little dot incision. And then we're going to open up the clamp here, and we're going to try and do our best to line this up to each of the pins and just let that close. So it looks like I made a good connection already on the first try. And now we're going to move over to our laptop. So on our laptop, we are going to open up the program NeoProgrammer. Now I already have it open here. And what you're going to do is once you have it open, you're going to click detect over here. And then you're going to have this pop-up. So you're going to have a couple different chips, and they're going to be a bit truncated, which is just shortened. But for me, I have the WinBond. Again, I'm going to open up what I said over here. I have the WinBond 25Q 128JVS Q blah 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 blah. This is the WinBond 25Q 128JV. So this is my chip. So double select that. Your chip may be different. And so here's what we're going to do. Before we go and look for any of the BIOS files on Badcaps or anything like that, we are going to read the BIOS that's already on this thing, because that is what that's going to be an absolute guarantee fallback if everything else fails, that you can just flash back onto this thing. So what we're going to do, and I hope this all goes well because I have had some problems where it occasionally gives me completely unique reads each time. What we're going to do is we're going to read this chip, clicking read IC right there. And we're going to let that go. And then we're going to, once this is finished, save this to a bin file. And then after that, we're going to read it twice. And then we're going to save that to another bin file. And then we're going to compare the hashes of these two. And if they are the same, then we're all set to continue forward. So let's just let this write, and I'll fast forward this for you. So that was a success. So once that's finished reading, we can click save. I have this from a previous video, so I'm going to create a new directory. I'm going to call this video 1. You can call it whatever you want. And I'm going to save this as dump video 1. And you save this as whatever you need to call it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to read that again. And we're going to let that go. Alright, so that read again. We're going to click save again, and we're going to do this. We're going to call this dump video 2. Now, I would advise using certutil, CERTUTIL, if you're on Windows. Unfortunately, I don't have certutil available to me at the moment, so I'm just going to use this website, hash-file.online. Now, again, I would not advise doing this if you have the ability to use certutil. In fact, I think this looks quite vibe-coded. But I'm not really sharing anything completely sensitive to this, so I think we'll be fine here. So the general practice of what you want to do here is you want to grab your first dump. So for me, that's dump video 1. You're going to want to encrypt this with SHA-256, or hash this, sorry, I should say, with SHA-256. I'm going to calculate the hash of this. So I get B17, C29, A64, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to copy that. I'm going to bring a new notepad tab. And I'm going to paste that in. And then we're going to grab our second dump. And we're going to hash this as well. And for us, that is the exact same hash as we can see here, which means that we are good to go forward. Now, if you get unique hashes each time you do this, what you'll want to do probably, I got this not very long ago, about an hour ago, and I just cleaned it with some 99% isopropyl alcohol, some IPA. I've cleaned both the pins on the BIOS chip and the pins on the clamp here, and I just reattached it, and it looks like it's going good now. So you'll want to do that if that's step 1 is what you'll want to do if it's giving unique hashes each time. From there, you may have to do some troubleshooting yourself. Now that we have this BIOS, this is where it diverges from the original tutorial or the original method. We do not patch that BIOS. Again, this is assuming that you have a new and updated BIOS, and you're following this with a, from 2026 onwards, where I believe it's been patched by Lenovo. What you're going to want to do is go back, note this chip here, and note how it's abbreviated here in NeoProgrammer. What you're probably going to have to do is go to badcaps.net, or I don't know if it's .net, but let's go to Badcaps. It is badcaps.net, and you're going to want to sign up for an account, I know, and you're going to want to look for a BIOS for your laptop model. So for me, it's the T470s, and then if applicable, your BIOS chip. So for me, that would be, I'm trying to look for, let's see, I'll go to file search here, T470s, BIOS. So we get a lot of different ones here, and right here, this is what I have here. So this is the exact one that I need. So I have Lenovo ThinkPad. Okay, yep, I have a Lenovo ThinkPad, T470s. Yep. And then W25Q128JV. That is exactly what I have in NeoProgrammer. So I'm probably good to go with this one. And then I have a patched one, and then I have just the regular one. So you want to try and search for this for your exact BIOS chip and laptop model. Now, unfortunately, Badcaps does require you to have a £6 a month subscription. I think that's $8.50 US dollars a month subscription to be able to download files from them. I would advise to see if you can find that BIOS somewhere else online, because I know that paying money for this is but see if you could find that BIOS anywhere else online. But if you absolutely cannot find it, Badcaps is very likely to have it, and if they do not have it, then you can post and ask for it with your chip model name and your laptop model, and explicitly you're going to want to request one at least, I would say, again, comfortably before 2022. So I already have this here in my NeoProgrammer directory. I have the original one, the not patched one, and then I have an already pre-patched one. So you may not have a pre-patched one. You may only have a BIOS for your chip that isn't patched. So I'm going to show you how to patch one of those if you need to. So I'm going to copy this. You're going to want to download the Lenovo Autopatcher. This I will include a link to in the description. And you want to put your patch, or put your BIOS in the same directory as the Autopatcher. Now on Windows, what you want to do is CMD or PowerShell into this directory. By your choice, you can just click the address here and type CMD, and that should do it on Windows 11. And with this, all you're going to want to do is type Autopatch, and then quotes, W, and the name of your BIOS file. For me, it's W25Q128JV at SOIC8 _ Lenovo, and then has the .bin extension. And then we're going to, I believe, just do that. And there we go. That should give using UEFI replace, and this is step 1. And I'm going to let this go in real time just so you know how long this takes. Step 2. And then it's going to give you this patched bin file. So this is what you're going to use in this step. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to see if the one I have is the exact same hash as the one I downloaded from Badcaps. So I'll go here, NeoProgrammer, upload this patched one, calculate the hash from that. It's E67. I'll just add this in my notepad here. E67. And then I will grab my other one. These are the same exact file. Okay, so I'm going to just use the one I downloaded from Badcaps just because I already know it works, but you should be fine using this patch script. Again, this should work as long as it's a BIOS from, I would again say, pre-2022. So in NeoProgrammer, with the clip still attached, what you're going to want to do is click Open File, and then go grab your patched BIOS file. And then I'm just going to, just for redundancy purposes, I'm going to click New here, I'm going to click Detect, and then this, and then I'm going to just open the BIOS file again. You should have done that first time, anyway. So, here we go. Now this is almost all set and ready to go. All you're going to want to do, and this is extremely important because you can also, I believe, temporarily brick your device if you do not do this. I have a video which will be uploaded before this one, which covers repairing that. You can brick, I believe, temporarily a device if you do not enable these options. Is turn on Erase, Blank Check, Write, and Verify when it comes to here in NeoProgrammer. I believe Off Protect is optional, but I would, at the very least, leave Erase, Blank Check, and Write on. You can, I believe, turn Verify off, but I would highly, highly advise it to be on. And once you know for sure that these are all on, what I like to do just for redundancy purposes is first erase this. So just make sure you have your backup first before you do this, because if you don't, well, you can download one from Badcaps, but it's just going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, for lack of a better term. So erase this. Okay, so that's all erased, and that erased all of the data on that BIOS chip. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we have this loaded, right? So we do. Make sure we have all this enabled, and once we're sure that we're good to go, we're going to click Write. So this is going to erase it again, just for redundancy. Check it got erased properly, write it, and then verify everything got wrote properly. So this says IC will be erased and programmed. Continue. Hit yes, and if this does not say IC will be erased, again, check all your settings. So we'll click yes. This is going to erase it again, and it's going to program it, write it, and verify it. This takes around 5 to 10 minutes in my experience, so I'm going to let this fast forward, and then we're going to see where to go from there. Right, okay, so that is all finished up. And so when this is all finished up, what we're going to do is gently declamp this. I'll just unplug this for the time being. And so we're going to flip this over, because this is ready to remove the BIOS password from. So flip that over. We need to get a power cable for this. I'm going to turn the light off on this. I'm going to plug this in. And your backlight will come on momentarily and your fan will start. And I'm going to leave this in real time so you know how long this takes. This will take a second to show the Lenovo logo. Okay, there's the backlight again. One more time. And here, there it is. Lenovo logo. So that's going to give us 3 beeps, or a couple beeps, sorry, and it's going to give us 3 errors. 0271, check date and time settings. 0251, system CMOS, check some bad. And 0183, bad CRC of security settings and EFI variable. It's going to ask us to press F1 to enter setup. Let's do that. It's going to come up with the supervisor password prompt. Don't be afraid, just press any character and then enter. So I'm going to do A, enter. It's going to say press any key. I'll just press enter. It's going to come up with this hardware ID, and it's going to ask us to press enter key. So just press enter, then press space, then space again, and then it's going to say TPM certificate changed, turn it off. And what we do from here is just unplug the power, close the lid, and flip it back over, because we're going to reflash the original BIOS back onto it. So from here, the supervisor password is already removed, but the BIOS that we have currently on it will not function properly. We have to flash the original back on. So just again, clamp up, as you did before. Try and be gentle. Try and align it properly. I think I got it there. I'm going to hit New in NeoProgrammer. I'm going to hit Detect. I hit Mine. We're going to go grab our original BIOS. For me, it's this one. And this is the one you download from Badcaps, not the one that you originally had on your system. This is the Badcaps one that you are reflashing, not the original first read that we did. Just got to emphasize that. And then this should be all good. Make sure that all of this is selected correctly. I'm going to then just hit Write IC. I'm not going to do Erase for redundancy this time. We're just going to hit Write IC. IC will be erased and programmed. Continue. Yes. And then it's going to erase it. It's going to check that it erased right. It's going to program it, and then it's going to verify it. And then from there, we should be able to start it up, and then we should have a non-supervisor password locked ThinkPad. So I'm going to fast forward this, and I'll be with you in a second. All right, so this just finished. So we should be good to gently unclip that, unplug this for the time being, and same process as before. So we're going to flip the laptop over, turn the light off here. We're going to open up the lid, and we're going to connect power. It's going to start up, fan goes, backlight comes on. And again, I'm going to leave this in real time so that you know how long this takes. Lenovo logo. It's going to throw these, and then it's going to restart. Backlight comes on again, fan starts again. Lenovo logo again. And then it's going to only give us the first two. It's going to say check date and time, then it's going to say bad CRC, and then it's going to ask us to enter setup. So we're going to press F1, and it's going to enter setup, and you are not going to be prompted with a supervisor password. And if we go over to security, we go to password, supervisor password is disabled. So now we can just do F10, save and exit. Yep. Should reboot again. Lenovo logo again. Check date and time settings. We can just press escape to continue this. May restart one more time. But nope, I believe we are getting into Windows now, which is what I have on this laptop. And there we go. We have, and I can just turn this off right now, we have successfully, on this T470s, removed the supervisor password. So now I'm just going to do some reassembly. So I am obviously Dylan's Electronics Servicing. I got to do a shameless self-promo here. I do electronics servicing in Haverhill, Massachusetts. I serve the Merrimack Valley area. If you are in this area and you ever need any sort of service to your electronics, including you want your supervisor password removed, and you do not want to do it yourself, then I am in the area, and you can find me at Dylan's Electronics Servicing.neocities.org, or you can call my number at 651. Let me make sure I'm actually reading you the right number here, because I forget my own number. I have quite a few of them. Give me a break. Dylan Electronics Servicing. So you can call me at 617-652-0657, and I am available every day of the week. I'm taking phone calls every day of the week from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I will service whatever you need done for you if you're in the Merrimack Valley area or the surrounding areas. And yeah, from here on out, it is just a very basic reassembly. Right, so flip this over and opened you up, and let's see, turn off this light, turn you on. Good, batteries all are connected properly. And let's just see one more time. Let's see that thing turn on. Perfect. It's going to restart one more time. And with the CMOS connected, this should fix the date and time problem, hopefully. Or at least fix the CMOS checksum error. Okay, so we still got the date and time settings. We should be able to just press escape to continue, and then enter to try again. And it looks like we should be all set from here to be into Windows. All right, well, perfect. So this seems to all work functional and work and function well. No supervisor password, so you can run any virtual machines you need to. You can disable secure boot if you need to. You can install your void Linux, which is something I was trying to do recently. So this has been a tutorial, an upgraded tutorial on how to remove the supervisor password from your ThinkPad. Again, try and spread this around. I think it's very important that people know that you need to, that this has been, I believe, patched as of April 6th, 2026. And that you will need an older BIOS version, at least until the patching script has been updated to do this correctly. So again, I'm Dylan's Electronic Servicing. I do electronic servicing in the Merrimack Valley area. I'm based in Haverhill. If you ever need any electronic service, you can go to my website, dylanselectronicservicing.neocities.org, or please, you could just give me a call at 617-652-0657, and I will be on the phone right away with you. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, if anything went wrong for you, please leave a comment. I will try and help debug it with you. I will help figure out what went wrong. And if I forgot anything, if I forgot to include any links or anything, please let me know in the comments. And then thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening or day or whatever it is for you. Goodbye.